So we have this Damar Hamlin video pulled up where he collapsed on the field. Did you watch it live?
No, I did not.
You've had to hear about this by now.
Oh, yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. So the Bills player collapsed on the field after tackling the I guess that's a receiver, 85. So
T. Higgins.
okay, yeah, okay. Go ahead and play that. Boom. So the guy collides with him in his chest. He stands up. He even kind of like, man, dude, it's so crazy looking. He just falls out, dude. Just falls straight to his back.
Not what any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and hope that he's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's Troy Aikman in the background there talking. Can you mute that? So they said that they were concerned that he died on the field.
Yeah, they were giving him CPR for 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Man, that's insane. Yeah, they were saying that they were concerned that he actually died on the field. And supposedly, too, I heard that the NFL said that they wanted them to go to the locker rooms for like 5 to 10 minutes and then come back. And then the players and the teams were like, no.
It was the coaches. The coaches just said, no, we're not doing that, and pulled their players off the field.
Yeah. Come on, man. And then you saw that they announced that they're not going to replay the game.
Right.
So, which we can get to that in a second. But, I mean, I'm going to ask the tough question that nobody wants to ask. Was this a vaccine-related incident? He had the vaccine and a booster. So, immediately after this occurred, they had CNN and stuff. Okay, the CNN saying it, I'm going to believe the opposite, usually.
Right.
Honest, genuinely. Like, I'm not even saying that to be like an asshole. Like, genuinely, I'm going to believe the opposite because they've just proven that time and time again. That's what the method. So immediately they had a person come on saying, oh, yeah, it was almost like they were ready for an incident like this to happen. I'm not saying this was planned, but I'm saying like they knew that an incident like this could possibly have happened. And, they had somebody on there saying, well, the heart at a certain time in its rhythm can hit. And if you're hit at the specific time, okay, makes sense. It makes sense. And it's a real thing that could occur. It actually occurs more in young boys in baseball, they say, and in hockey and stuff, because they have underdeveloped chests and they don't have like chest muscles and their rib cages aren't developed yet. So they'll take pucks to the chest or baseballs to the chest and it will cause this issue. But like a grown man that's in football, that's fucking in amazing shape. So obviously his pectorals are very strong and he's fucking, he takes care of his body. It's just like strange. Also, if you think about it, how many of those types of collisions occur every play where like somebody bumps into somebody like that?
Or even worse, like that's not even,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that was like such a small, like hit to the chest. Like that happens every play. You would think this would have happened before.
right.
It's weird that it's never happened before. So that's the narrative now. That's what they're saying. But could it be a vaccine-related issue? Well, if the vaccines are causing myocarditis, they say, athletes, they push themselves to a limit, their hearts to a limit that not normal people experience. Of course. So it makes sense. So I don't know, man.
It's fucking scary, though. I mean,
I'm just glad Aaron Rodgers didn't get it. My playoff chances are still good. So, yeah, it's They decided they're going to cancel the game. They're not going to play it out. Well, the best idea I heard was, I think it was Stephen A. Smith, actually. He said that because, they have that week in between the Super Bowl where they take it off or whatever. And he was saying what they should do is after, like, play out the season. And when the season's done, have 1 week where they just finish that game. They start it from where it ended, finish it. And then see what happens, and then decide the seeding, and then start the playoffs. So basically, that will give some teams like 2 weeks off. It'll give teams time off to get healthy before the playoffs, so the games are better.
right.
And then also, it doesn't affect the seeding. You can do it without having to flip a coin. That's what they're trying to do now. They're gonna flip a coin. Dude. Imagine that, like. you played that whole season for a seed, for them to flip a coin for it.
And then you just get shit on.
I mean, it's insane because that makes a huge difference, bro. Like, it's not just who gets home field advantage. It's home field advantage plus, you know, if you're the number 1 seed, you're playing the worst seed, which in regards to NFC, it's not going to matter. But we'll get to that too. But you have to, like, so like imagine you get a lower seed, you have to play technically a higher ranked team.
Right.
It's just all. But what do you do, man? What do you think? What's idea do you like?
I have no idea, honestly. I've been following Twitter, like waiting to see what they decide, and like I have not seen like anybody have like really anything definitive.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough situation.
It's basically just like all the reporters like screaming things into nothingness, like what they think should happen, and everything else is wrong in their opinion.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have that extra week to play with. I wish they would have used it, but I don't know. The AFC's fucked up. They even said something about throwing in an 8th team.
Yeah, I did see that.
So I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that, but yeah, it's interesting. But you know, thoughts and prayers, or you know, whatever you want to send Juju Mojo to Damar Hamlin and his family, because that's this right here. You see things like this, and you're like, let's say it wasn't a vaccine caused issue, because then the NFL forced them to do that. So that would suck. But you see this type of thing happen and you're like, well, that's why these guys fight for their money.
Yeah. Apparently the guy that he collided with hasn't left the hospital
Really?
like, since he went in, like just because he feels terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And Josh Allen even came out and said, like, you know, keep Higgins in your, or not, yeah, keep Damar in your thoughts and prayers. But also keep Higgins in there too, because I mean he feels terrible. Everybody's like,
yeah.
I mean he was playing football. It's not like he did it on purpose.
Yeah, I mean he just put his shoulder into his chest. Very, very mild routine play.
You see it a million times.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for it to happen now. It just so happened it's happening after this vaccine comes out. That's coming out saying that it does this to people.
And it does seem like a whole like different kind of thing, like something you've never seen before, because you've seen like horrible injuries happen in sports and like tragedies happen, but like I don't remember one that really got blown up like this.
No, and that's the thing too is, yeah, like you've seen dudes get, I mean, demolished, or you've seen people in MMA break their fucking arms. I mean, you know, it does get big. But it's not like this. This is different. Yeah. And that's because it carries that weight of, is it the vaccine? And everybody, even people that believe in the vaccine and they think that it's not what it could be, even they are questioning now, because that just doesn't add up.
Right.
So